Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum. Who's ready to kick off the action in 2021 here with the GWA? Welcome once again, everyone, to GWA's Resolution 3. Kicking off yet another year here inside Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum. We've got a lot of great matches on hand today, including all 3 championships to be decided. And a lot of great announcements coming forth here in the next couple of minutes. But before we get into the action, at this time, please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you. Just a couple of quick news and notes before we get into the action to officially kick off the new year. Of course, remember, folks, we are still in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. And we just want to remind you, please do not have contact with the wrestlers. Everyone has been COVID screened and temperature checked, as well as you, all the great fans who came in the door today. The venue has been fully sanitized. There's hand sanitizer wipes all over the venue. Please remember to keep your mask on at all times and only lower it if you're taking a drink or eating, and then please replace it for everyone's safety. Also a reminder, please no taping the shows. Photos are certainly okay, and that is on behalf of the GWA. And of course, with our COVID guidelines all afternoon long, you see him over here to my left, Bodysuit Man. He will be sanitizing the ringside area in between each and every bout here in the GWA. We also have a 50-50 raffle today, $1 per ticket or 25 tickets for $20. You win half the money, and the proceeds from the other half go to the GWA Scholarship Fund, and we will draw the winner of that at intermission. So a lot of time to get your raffle tickets. Go over to the merchandise stand and grab them now. I see a big sheet of tickets, a lot of chances to win. GWA shirts and hats are indeed available back there at the merchandise table as well. And GWA face masks are $10 a piece. You can be GWA fashionable each and every time you go into the store. Stay safe and represent the GWA. Everyone's been asking about our 2021 schedule. Well, we do have some news for you. Coming up here in the month of February, we will have our new double show weekends here at the GWA. Starting on February 20th, Saturday night, 7 p.m. bell time. This will be a little bit more of an older crowd, a little bit more of an old school Attitude Era style show, if you will, right in the wheelhouse of the Vampire Warrior himself. and that will be sponsored by Monte Carlo Vodka with very special giveaways. But come right back the following day, 4 p.m. bell time, February 21st, for our very special student showcase. Tickets for both events are available online. Of course, you can get them from the students, and you can get them right back there at the merchandise table as well. So all the hard work these students put in each and every week here in the Asylum, the stuff you don't see, you'll be able to see it right here, play out inside the squared circle, coming up starting February 21st with our student showcases. Also starting in February, we'll have food available at our shows with COVID guidelines in place. Our cooks from the Fish Fry back at our toy drive in December will have the portable kitchen here. We will offer fresh hamburgers, grilled chicken, and super hot dogs for all of you great fans in attendance. So while you're here, you don't have to stay hungry. You can eat and enjoy the show as well. And of course, if anybody is in the crowd itching to get in the ring, you can contact us here at the GWA and possibly join the school and be the next graduate of Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum. So we capped off 2020 with our wonderful toy drive, 2-weekend event. Great action here in the Asylum. But it's a new day, it's a new year, it's a new month. Who's ready to get back to the action here inside the Asylum? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome GWA Senior Official, Randy Eller. Ladies and gentlemen, your opening contest of GWA's Resolution 3 is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, he is fighting out of Miami, Florida, weighing in at 224 pounds, Damian Fenrir. And his opponent, fighting out of Mobile, Alabama, weighing in at 240 pounds, Big Country.
This morning, tie my boots up, 'cause I knew it was gonna be a long day.
Blake, looks like they got you playing double duty here again today, buddy.
Indeed we are. Ladies and gentlemen, let's officially welcome you to GWA's Resolution 3, our first event of 2021 here inside the Asylum. I am Blake Chadwick once again, joined by Ron Mimi. Ron, you're out a little bit over the holiday break, took a family vacation, but you're back in the house and ready to kickstart the new year.
I am so happy to be here, and you want to talk about two athletes starting off the show here this afternoon. My God, these kids have been on fire.
Two of the top graduates of the GWA. Bell sounds, we're underway. Opening contest here, Resolution 3. Senior official Randy Eller assigned to this contest as Big Country one-on-one with Damian Fenrir. And Ron, take a look at the physiques of these two young individuals. The sky is the limit inside that ring.
And you know, Fenrir, I noticed right away, he's always been in fantastic shape. You can see the influence that Alex Chamberlain has had on him. That upper body has just put on massive size, all lean. This guy, I dare you to grab an ounce of fat off his body.
From what I understand, talking with Damian Fenrir before tonight's broadcast, He told me he's gained exactly 4.6 pounds of muscle since we've last seen him, bulking up from 220 to 224. He has stayed lean, and in the winter months, that's very impressive. And this kid looks to be on a mission and perhaps get himself in the GWA title picture before the end of the year.
Well, he's not in there with some slouch this afternoon either. Big Country, a physical specimen himself, and both these guys showing they can wrestle. They are technical. They can brawl too. We've seen it on occasion with both of them. And you get that feeling when you watch Fenrir. This is just a guy that, quite frankly, got a chip on his shoulder for some reason.
And Ron, you mentioned that partnership between Fenrir and Alex Chamberlain. He's always been cocky as Damian Fenrir, but he's been able to back it up a little bit more with Alex Chamberlain by his side.
Well, not just the veteran status of Alex Chamberlain, the guy is a beast, a monster himself. He commands respect in any arena that he enters, at any ring for which he competes. Alex Chamberlain, known worldwide for being somebody you do not mess with. And Fenrir's got him basically as a player coach in his corner.
Both of these men have gotten recent opportunities on national television, and you can see how their stock has skyrocketed, not just in the GWA, Ron, but all throughout the entire country as it relates to the professional wrestling business, as Big Country taking control here in the opening minutes.
Big Country drawing the line right across the center of the ring, just challenging Fenrir, who does not back down whatsoever. And you talk about that national exposure and attention these athletes have been getting. You know, AEW, very aware of the talent that comes through the Gangrel Wrestling Asylum.
A series of high hip lock takeovers by Big Country, only a near fall. But this young kid really looking to put himself in a position to taste some championship gold in this calendar year. He is still not lost inside the center of that ring, 1, 2, 3 in clean fashion.
Got to question the mindset. They're not hooking the leg when you got the opportunity for that lateral press. Oh, big shoulder tackle by Big Country, just levels Fenrir.
And despite the cockiness of Fenrir, he does have a bit of inexperience, and you could have seen that rear its head right there with that lack of a leg hook. But now Big Country's got him right in the center of the ring and just dumps him down with the scoop slam, lateral press. And Ron, right to your point, Big Country does not hook the leg. And that's one of the things here. You see two young up-and-coming talents, all the potential in the world, but still a little rough around the edges and don't have all the basics down.
You already mentioned the championship committee has got their eyes on both of these young competitors in a big way, but it's mistakes like that that shows your inexperience that really hurts you as you're trying to climb up that ladder.
As Fenrir tries to even the odds here, going after the knee of Big Country, and you take out one of the wheels of this big hoss, all 240 pounds of the Big Country. I don't know if he's going to be able to bring the same kind of offense he had been. All the way upstairs is Fenrir with the missile drop kick and sends him into the near side corner here.
Fenrir with all of his weight behind that missile dropkick, sending the big man across the ring. Beautiful, nice elbow, knocking the wind out of Big Country.
And Alex Chamberlain, who's on the outside of the ring here, seconding Damian Fenrir. Another chapter in his saga with the Vampire Warrior Gangrel. One-on-one, Chamberlain and Gangrel coming up a little bit later on tonight.
You want to talk about bad blood absolutely boiling over. Look at that. Vicious knife edge chop right across the chest. Fires him in. Nice short cross body block.
Incredible athleticism there to go low with that speed and quickness of Big Country. It doesn't matter how big he is extremely versatile inside that squared circle, and we're seeing that on full display right here.
So quickly turning the tables and going from on the defense to the offense, and Fenrir now returning the favor. Ebb and flow here, just everybody trying to work up that momentum, but it just keeps changing.
Fenrir, that proverbial five-tool player up there with that picture-perfect drop kick right to the kisser, and from a standing position, Ron, and that just shows you how elite of an athlete Damian Fenrir truly is.
Oh, he's got some ups. He spends as much time, again, you see him with the box jumps in the gym, constantly working on his cardio as well as his strength. This guy is a total package. Look at him, squatting Big Country.
And that's just not 240 pounds. That's 240 pounds of raw physical specimen. And now the standing moonsault, I don't know if he got all of it, but it's enough for a cover two. And another near fall.
But Fenrir hooks the leg. He knew he had an opportunity there. Beautiful standing moonsault. Now we go into the ground and pound, kind of question that tactic a little bit. Really had the upper hand, quite frankly, wrestling the man.
And now he's trying to suck the life out of Big Country here with this camel clutch. And Ron, we talked about one of these two men possibly being in position for a heavyweight championship shot moving forward in 2021. Lakai Kahagis, another chapter in their story tonight. Can Lakai finally regain his championship?
You got to start to wonder if he doesn't regain his championship. Is this when he starts descending the championship ladder and we see talent like this here in this match? Do they start to rise constantly? When you're on top, there's nowhere to go but down.
And Big Country gets taken right down there with that Olympic slam. Beautifully done by Damian Fenrir. Here we go. Crossbody hooks the outside leg. Again, only a near fall. But Lakai, a man who has not really faced a ton of adversity in his short career thus far, if he loses tonight, Ron, a great point. Where will he be? Very much in a career position right now where he could be caught in a crossroads.
You can't basically hold on to what brought you to the show in the past and keep getting the opportunities when others are so hungry. Big spine buster!
And he dumps him right down. Looking like a 10-year veteran is Big Country. Picture perfect spine buster, dumps him down, goes for the cover. Randy Eller, Johnny on the spot with the cover, but Fenrir is able to slip that shoulder up, but Big Country has swung the tide back in his direction.
And I want to shoot straight. I'm talking about what happens to Lakai if he loses. Personally, my money's on Lakai today. This is the day. It's got to be. Just all the stars are aligned. It feels right. It feels like it's supposed to happen. Today is the day that Lakai gets his hand raised against Cahagas.
A big fight feel inside the Asylum. Also, Anna Diaz returning to action, the GWA Women's Champion. She will put her title on the line against Kai-Lin King. Will it be the King, or will it be the Queen of the Asylum in Anna Diaz?
You're talking about a battle between two of the top female wrestlers in the entire state. And again, we're already talking about the national attention being paid to these two young men.
Here we go, Big Country.
Oh, beautiful.
Belly to belly, dumps him right in the center of the ring. Here we go, two. And Chamberlain hops up on the apron. Come on, Randy Eller, get him down from there.
Randy Eller knows better than to take this bait. Easily distracted.
As Big Country now going right after Chamberlain, and he's going to bring him in from the apron. Look at the strength of Big Country.
Randy Eller's got to take control of this match. Disqualify Fenrir.
He's got to turn around. He's got to be careful. And Fenrir, oh! That discus home run swing takes him right down. We know he can knock him 450 feet over the wall, but he gets it done right there. An inverted, looks like Michinoku driver. That's going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the bout, Damian Fenrir.
What a huge win for Damian Fenrir, but would he have gotten the victory without the assistance of Alex Chamberlain? I think not.
And Ron, once again, utilizing the distraction of Chamberlain, the numbers game comes into effect. It wasn't exactly fair odds in there, but at the end of the match, 1, 2, 3 in the center of the ring, Fenrir gets the win over Big Country.
You can feel the progression, the rise in the ranks of Damian Fenrir. This is somebody, as soon as I seen him, I had mentioned to you, this is a guy that I got my eyes on. Let's be honest, the entire professional world got their eyes on Damian Fenrir. What a win here today.
A 5-tool player, a blue chipper, looking as good as ever here in this opening contest. Two of the top young studs in the GWA, and Fenrir comes out with the win. What a way to start off 2021 here at Resolution 3.
Awesome match, but Big Country does not have anything to hang his head over either. What an athlete. What a talent. I can guarantee we're going to see big things from Big Country.
Indeed, and Ron, we've already talked about the GWA Heavyweight Championship on the line in tonight's main event. Once again, the Tokyo Monster Cahagas one-on-one with Lakai. Anna Diaz defending her GWA Women's Championship against Kai-Lin King. But what about the tag team titles? Last time you were here, Ron, we saw a tag team title change. Steve Beck, Trevor Reed, the brand new tag team champions here in the GWA, and for the very first time tonight inside the Asylum, they defend the gold.
These guys have been so hot, you could almost had the feeling like a rocket was strapped to their back, but they did it all on their own. Hottest tag team in Florida today, and they're the champions to prove it.
They've been the underdogs throughout their entire career, but finally the target is on their back, as tonight they defend the tag team titles. But now let's head back to the ring for some more tag team action here at Resolution 3. All right, Asylum, what do we think of that first bout here at Resolution 3? What about this ongoing partnership between Alex Chamberlain and Damian Fenrir. You might not like him, but you have to hand it to him. A big win and a great way to start off 2021 for those two guys here in the GWA. Remember, folks, coming up at intermission, we'll have a 50-50 raffle where you take away half the prize and the other half, the proceeds go to the GWA to benefit Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum. 50-50 raffle, $1 per ticket, 25 tickets for $20. You've got less than an hour before we draw, so go check out the merchandise table to get a part of the 50-50 raffle. And of course, if you want a GWA mask, t-shirt, any other merchandise, or perhaps buy tickets to our next shows coming up, you can all get that information in the back. As remember, starting in February, 2 shows per weekend, a student showcase on Sunday, but we're going to start things off Saturday night a little bit Attitude Era style, a little bit old school, a little bit throwback, a little looser on the rules, if you will. So we'll see what goes down, as you never know what to expect here in the GWA. So Asylum, the tag team division has been heating up in recent months. We know there are brand new tag team champions, Steve Beck and TC Reed. But we need to know who potential challengers could be. The GWA has brought in 2 new tag teams set to be showcased right now here at Resolution 3. Ladies and gentlemen, the following bout is scheduled for 1 fall with a 20-minute time limit and is a special tag team attraction. Introducing first, team number 1, at a total combined weight of 622 pounds, the team of Ace Slater and KTB. They are the Kings of Destruction.
This one's for you, and you, and you. You see my girl, you see my girl. This one's for you, and you, and you. Let's go it down. Turn it up. Make some, everybody make some, everybody make some noise. Let's make some, everybody make some, everybody make some noise. Make some noise. Let me get some more drinks to me. Couple shots of a little Grey Goose and a couple more jars in the paper with it. VIP with a 6 on linen. All my beats in the beat I'm killing. Next to me in the SUV, in the BAB, new bars I'm drinking. Stepping in the river, stretching every.
And their opponents, fighting out of Brooklyn, New York, at a total combined weight of 430 pounds, the team of Jason Dugan and JD Amazing, Brothers in Arms.
Tag team division here in the GWA starting to heat up in a big way, as my partner Blake already made very clear. So many teams throughout Florida, throughout the Southeast, want a shot at that GWA tag team gold.
Ron, for the last year or so, GWA has advertised tag team champions. They were set to be crowned back on March 14th of 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic hit and cancellation, postponement after postponement after postponement. And finally, to kickstart the brand new Asylum in the month of November, Gangrel, the rest of the championship committee, they said they had enough. It's time to crown new tag team champions. We saw the Dirty Blondes coming here to win those tag team titles. Michael Patrick went on the shelf due to injury, opened the door back up for brand new tag team champions. And to close out the year at the Toy Drive, TC Reed, Steve Beck, they won the tag team titles.
Oh, wait a second.
Wait a second, folks. I don't know. Can we get a camera over here? We got NVIDIA is walking around. Ron, we've seen NVIDIA in the past with the likes of Ozzy Killmeister, EVK, Beastly. but she's out here alone, and she's crawling around the entrance stage.
Is there anybody that makes you any more uncomfortable to be around than NVIDIA?
I don't believe so, at least not here at the Asylum. But the bell sounds, we're underway. Brothers in Arms taking on the Kings of Destruction here. Two tag teams set to be showcased for the GWA, possible future tag team title contenders right in front of us. But I want to know why NVIDIA's on the entrance ramp.
I can guarantee you it's not for anything good, and nothing that's going to benefit either of the teams that are in the ring at this point.
She's up there, she's twitching around.
Last time I left the Asylum, she was in the middle of an argument that I didn't want to get involved with because she was arguing with herself and losing.
NVIDIA certainly beats to a different drum. Hopefully we'll get some answers to why she's out here, but right now we have Ace Slater in the ring along with Jason Dugan. And both these men competing primarily in the Central Florida area, but now down here in the South Florida region trying to win some tag team gold.
I've seen Dugan compete on 2 separate occasions in singles competition. Very impressive, stood out from the rest of the roster on the show. Really cool to see him here in the GWA, but you want to talk about having your hands full, giving up a big size advantage.
I mean, we're talking in this bout here, Ron, nearly 200-pound weight advantage for the Kings of Destruction as they're looking to blaze a path of destruction right here inside the Asylum. And you have to imagine the winner of this will certainly get the attention of the championship committee as it relates to future contenders for TC Reed and Steve Beck.
Oh, no doubt about it. And the athleticism on display for Dugan. And tags in his, not a small partner by no means.
You can certainly see where the size advantage comes from with Dugan in there, but with JD Amazing and evens the odds a bit. As look at the power and strength of this guy, very impressive. Has Ace Slater up and drops him right down with the front slam. That could do it. Referee Jason Luna says it's only 1.
Really surprised with only a 1 count there, but how about the upper body strength and power of Amazing?
As he's trying to get KTB back in the corner, it looks like JD Amazing and KTB are gonna give it a go. And KTB drops him throat first across that top rope. And Ace Slater connects. And that opens the door right back up for the Kings of Destruction to take the advantage.
Big knee strike by Slater, taking Amazing off his feet.
And one thing that certainly stands out here, Ron, regardless of whatever team comes away with the victory here, they will have a significant size advantage over the tag team champions.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, really, really love it. I broke in the early 90s and really missed just seeing 2 hosses in there. I was telling you earlier about my boy, you know him, good friend of yours, Bruce Santee, back on the scene, stomping through a board. It's so refreshing to see some of the big men and some of the new men coming into the business.
When you see guys at 6'4", 6'5", upwards of 290, 300 plus pounds, and getting in there and showing off their athleticism, moving like gazelles, almost like the defensive end looking like a running back. That same kind of idea.
But they can bring that lumber when they need to.
Indeed.
1 punch in the mouth.
That's exactly what we saw in our opening bout from Big Country. Of course, the numbers game played a role there for Damian Fenrir as he came out with the victory here. But we got a couple of big guys in there right now.
Oh!
And KTB with a splash in the corner right here in front of us, Ron. Nobody home.
Oh, full head of steam. He just come in, or all of his weight crashing.
And before Amazing can make the tag, KTB cuts it right off at the pass. And here comes the tag into Ace Slater. Now we got a 2-on-1 advantage for the Kings of Destruction, as Jason Dugan being restrained here by the official.
Dugan not doing his partner any favors whatsoever. And I know he's excited. I know he's young. I know this is a huge opportunity, but mentally, you got to keep it together.
As that big knee right to the solar plexus of JD Amazing might have knocked the wind out of the big man. Amazing has to check in somewhere in the 250-pound range.
Dugan just on fire here today, and the crowd reacting and responding. They like what they see so far with this young team.
Chomping at the bit, trying to get back into this matchup is Jason Dugan. A lot at stake here. And remember, forgetting what's just going on inside the ring, the lingering story on the outside is why is NVIDIA out here? What is her role in this?
Your guess is as good as mine. And again, just right up here over my left shoulder, and my skin basically crawling. I'm sure she's a sweet young lady. But
I'll let you find out.
Well, the other 6 personalities I'm not so sure of, though.
We'll see how she is in the next 5 minutes or so. Another personality might pop out. As there's a cover, Ace Slater, lateral press 2. Gets 2.5 as Amazing's able to slip that left shoulder up.
But the brothers in arms here are starting to lose grip on this one.
Ace Slater really a physically imposing, really intimidating guy. I tried talking to him earlier just to get his feelings on his opportunity here this afternoon, and just basically burnt holes staring through me, and that was enough for me.
That's someone I don't want to second guess.
No,
I mean, when you look like Ace Slater, I don't necessarily want to ask too many questions. But Ron, we've run down the card a couple of times here on today's show. Looking at the stacked second half of today's event, all 3 championships on the line. Something has got to give here at Resolution 3.
Again, my money, and you know I love Cahagas, and I respect the hell out of him, but Kai, it just feels like it's his day. It really does. The crowd here just talking as they're coming through the doors saying, Lakai, you just heard everybody. They got that feeling. Today's the day.
The proverbial must-win scenario.
Yes.
For Lakai, a lot at stake here as KTB gets the tag in from Ace Slater before JD Amazing can get his partner back in the matchup as Jason Dugan exchanging words here with KTB.
A little psychological warfare, and you can't take that away from Dugan, doing everything he can to give his partner the advantage so he can eventually, hopefully, get over there and make the tag.
As KTB putting that knee right on the back of the neck of JD Amazing across that bottom rope. And remember, he has 5 seconds to break. Clearly legal, working within the limits there. And a scoop slam by KTB.
Hey, look at these fans here today, man. How awesome is it to have them back? Everybody's so excited.
It seems like each and every time we come back to the Asylum, the crowds continue to grow, all within CDC guidelines. But Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum making it work down here in Dania Beach.
Yeah, this city is just, all the people are behind Gangrel Wrestling Asylum. Cover, doesn't hook the leg, 2.5.
And that seems to be a theme today, Ron. I don't know if they're overzealous. I don't know if they're a bit anxious knowing there's a lot at stake on today's card. But these wrestlers here, if they don't start hooking the leg, they're going to find themselves in a loser circle.
Sometimes I think it's a little bit of a shot, a little bit of disrespect. A lot of times I just think it's, again, the lack of experience, the excitement. They forget the basic fundamentals. Could cost them a victory.
Absolutely, as KTB, he's on that middle turnbuckle. That's a lot of lumber to come on down. And he goes for the seated senton. JD Amazing moves out of the way. KTB is down, JD Amazing is down. Both these men need to make a tag to get the fresh man in here.
Jason Dugan just stretching, jumping up and down, doing everything he can. Just on fire.
NVIDIA continues to watch on. I don't know if she's scouting. I don't know exactly what her role is out here. She's not aligned herself with either side. As KTB looks like he's ready to make the tag. He's going to reach his hand out. And here comes Ace Slater. But here comes Jason Dugan. And the brothers in arms are ready to fire away. As Dugan, he's going to slip. Oh, I thought he was going to slip right out of that power slam.
He's trying.
Ace Slater may be too powerful. And he shoves Slater right into KTB. And Dugan, a cutter out of nowhere. He drives him right down. 1. Oh, and Ace Slater there, foot on the ropes. Very good ring awareness there by the Kings of Destruction, and this match will continue.
If he had just had him in the center of the ring, I believe that was it, but Slater using the ropes to his advantage, and rightfully so. Referee giving some leeway here.
And Amazing has him up now. Fireman's carry position is KTB. Oh, he's going to pull Dugan off the top. It looked like they're going to try to end things here as Slater slips behind JD Amazing. And he's going to get him with a back leg round kick. And a cannonball out of the corner by KTB. That's going to dispatch Amazing. Remember, Jason Dugan's the legal man here. They got him set up. Oh no, what could be coming, Ron?
Dugan is in a whole hell of a lot of trouble. Oh no!
And the double choke slam, that's going to put him right down. That's got to end it. 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the bout, the Kings of Destruction.
What a win for the Kings of Destruction.
A statement victory there by the Kings of Destruction. But Ron, let's keep our eyes focused on the ring. NVIDIA motions a bit towards the ring. Ace Slater, KTB, they're a bit confused. I don't know if they know what to make of this woman. We don't know what to make of her. As NVIDIA's going to walk away. Not exactly sure what's unfolding right there, but nonetheless, in their GWA debut, KTB, Ace Slater, the Kings of Destruction, leave a path of destruction and pick up a huge victory.
I'm really impressed by both teams. And Dugan and Amazing have nothing to hang their head about, because I'm going to tell you what, the Kings of Destruction, I haven't seen a young team fresh on the scene make such an impact like that in a long, long time.
So right as TC Reed and Steve Beck win the GWA Tag Team Championships, right when they go from underdogs to being at the top of the yard, the targets are immediately right on their back. They've got a tag team title defense coming up a little bit later on tonight, but right now, looks like the Kings of Destruction could very well be in their path in early 2021.
You know that they are going to be demanding a tag team title shot, and who can blame them? With a victory like that, you got to give them consideration. I've heard so much of them coming in, so we know they're hot everywhere else. Now they're hot where it counts, in the GWA.
And Ron, just to pivot a little bit here, coming up next, another chapter in the ongoing saga between the guy, the mayor, the man here in the house, the Vampire Warrior Gangrel himself, taking on Alex Chamberlain. These two have competed in Las Vegas, all throughout Florida, North Carolina, the Pacific Northwest. They've been all around the country many, many times over, and it's come right back here in the Asylum tonight at Resolution 3.
Anytime that I talk to either Chamberlain or Gangrel, it just seems like no matter what the subject it is that you're trying to get information on, it always goes back to them. Chamberlain wants to talk about Gangrel. Gangrel wants to talk about Chamberlain. These two have a score to settle. Both of them claim that at the end of this, one's career will end, one will continue. Man, I don't know. Again, I respect them. I love them both. But, man, you want to talk about a volatile situation.
It's going to potentially explode right in front of us. Two powder kegs ready to just combust right in front of us. It very well could come down. Something's got to give, but it's going to come up.
All right, how you guys doing so far this afternoon? Great way to kick off 2021 right here in the Asylum. We want to remind you folks, pictures certainly welcome. Post them on your social media, tag the GWA. We just please ask, no video, no flash photography, anything of that nature. Just please, you can take them on your cell phones, you can get anything you'd like to post on social media. Just please do not film here at our GWA events. We thank you on behalf of the GWA staff. And once again, folks, this will be our final bout before intermission. So your last chance to buy raffle tickets. Remember, $1 a piece or 25 tickets for $20. 50-50 raffle. You get half the pot. The other half goes to the GWA Scholarship Foundation. And again, our big events coming up in the month of February, February 20th and February 21st. Our Saturday night event, and of course our student showcase on Sunday. A lot of great things coming up here in the GWA. So we've seen a student showcase, if you will, to kick things off with Damian Fenrir and Big Country. We just saw a tag team showcase, a couple of new teams here in the Asylum. Who's ready for a big-time grudge match between Alex Chamberlain and Gangrel? If you've been watching, if you've been following, you know these two have been going at it for months and months and months. They battled all over the United States, and the next chapter is about to unfold right now inside the GWA. Ladies and gentlemen, Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum's Resolution 3 continues with the following bout set for one fall and a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, he is now residing in Miami, Florida, weighing in at 230 pounds, Alex Chamberlain. Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, fighting out of Santa Cruz, California, weighing 245 pounds, the Vampire Warrior. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gangrel.
Yo, what were you thinking? Stepping into the realm of the deadly, sinister, vampire warrior. I'm a bust that buster, hush that hustler. Psycho you suckers, leave you thugs in a fluster. Punch till you buster, crunch till you cluster.
Well, Ron, we talked about it. It's like two freight trains ready to collide here. Gangrel in possibly the best shape of his career, looking lean and mean at 245, taking on Alex Chamberlain, who's been hitting the gym hard with his buddy Damian Fenrir. Something has got to give here in the assignment.
Fans 100% behind Gangrel, but he's going to need to do more than just have the fan support to take out Alex Chamberlain. He knows. Both men know they have their hands full here today. You want to talk about having their hands full? How the hell would you like to be Randy Eller right now, assigned to officiate to make that this thing is right down the middle?
Our senior official, Randy Eller, always gets the big assignments here in the GWA, but he's going to have a lot in front of him here with these two veterans. Bell sounds, we are underway. Chamberlain and Gangrel one-on-one. And we talked about Damian Fenrir and Big Country being in the national spotlight in recent weeks. Alex Chamberlain's been right there with him.
He's been there right with them in the AEW opportunities and national spotlights, hell, worldwide spotlights. Gangrel's been under one for about the past 25 years. This guy has done it all, and as you mentioned, he, right now, is at the very top of his game.
Indeed he is. Gangrel is the classic example of age is just a number. As Ron, you can go back 20, 25 years, take a look at that Attitude Era all throughout his entire career. I honestly don't know if he's looked any better.
No, he's fantastic. I've been following his career since way back, where he is one half of the Blackhearts, one of the most innovative tag teams of all time. This guy was making a name for himself when people didn't even know who his name was when he's under a mask.
We certainly know the story history of Gangrel in the WWE and other promotions here in the United States, but he is the definition of a journeyman. He's been all around the world, competed in numerous countries. You can put him in any scenario, any style, any type of environment, and Gangrel's going to find a way to survive.
He can fight, he can wrestle, he can do anything that he chooses. You're not going to dictate the pace or the action when you're in there with Gangrel, as Alex Chamberlain has found out on numerous occasions. He's going to dictate the pace. He's going to dictate how things are going to go. But Chamberlain, you can see really the frustration on the face, just the aggressive demeanor of everything he's doing.
And Randy Eller there, he's got to get out of the way. Those are two horses in there battling in the trenches. Are Gangrel and Alex Chamberlain. And Chamberlain, though he's been a 20-year veteran, the guy's been around a long time, competed all over the world in his own right, he still does have something left to prove.
Absolutely.
And you see that right here against Gangrel with that frustration coming out.
Alex Chamberlain has all the respect of any dressing room that he walks into, but like you said, he really does have a lot to prove. Kind of a diamond in the rough type career.
He's the kind of guy that he's been around a long time, but if you actually gave him a big opportunity on a bigger platform, a lot of people would be seeing Alex Chamberlain for the very first time.
And they would be impressed. But Alex Chamberlain, he does things his way. If it's not his way, then it's no way.
As Gangrel, look at that. Staying one step ahead of Chamberlain. Very nice.
He sets the trap and Chamberlain falls right into it. Beautifully done. That's the master that we're watching right now.
And sometimes you can see in the squared circle, guys kind of go through the motions. They're almost in that zone. They're just not really stepping out of their comfort zone in a way. Gangrel always trying to find a way to step ahead, and that's one of the reasons he's a 30-plus year veteran.
If it's going to get him the advantage or upper hand, he'll do. Hey, and he's not beyond taking a little shortcut here and there, too, especially when he's in there the likes of Alex Chamberlain. Randy Eller checking closely. There's no way in hell you're going to get Alex Chamberlain to quit with a side headlock, even though Gangrel is just wrenching down on that skull of Chamberlain.
And it really shows how consummate of professionals these guys are, and really how much they bring to the table, because we've seen them compete numerous times just here alone in the GWA, and each and every time out there, it feels like we're watching something new. There's that side Russian leg sweep, floats over. Crossbody does not hook the leg, but vintage Gangrel offense here right in front of us.
Beautiful.
Oh, could be trying to end it right now with the impaler. Well scouted by Chamberlain, and Ron, that's just a product of when you're in the ring with someone so many times, you can almost see what's coming next.
Chamberlain, again, if there's, to say he's scouted Gangrel would be an understatement, and Gangrel, same thing. Going for that move much earlier in the match than we're used to, trying to steal that victory. He'll take a cheap one if he can, just to get deeper in the head of Alex Chamberlain.
As these two competing on the floor here, once again, one of the benefits of getting the front row seat at the GWA, you're right in the action. As Chamberlain is going to send Gangrel back first to that steel ring post. And Ron, you notice there's no padding or protection out there.
And you could actually notice the ring move. Look at that vicious lariat on the outside.
And Gangrel, if he didn't have a sore back after being rammed into the ring post, that lower lumbar kidney region going to be feeling the effects for quite some time after that clothesline on the floor. And folks, I have to reiterate, there's no padding, there's no protection out there. That is concrete meeting the bones of the Vampire Warrior.
We could hear it just splattering all the way over here, the slap of bone and flesh. But Gangrel still from his knees firing right after right.
And Gangrel with a real sense of purpose, feeling very motivated here. And Gangrel, who has had shoulder problems in the past, that front delt meets the ring post right there. Randy Eller checking in. Hopefully Gangrel's okay.
And Chamberlain
He's never going to quit, but medically, he might not be able to continue.
Randy Eller's primary responsibility is the safety of both Capel.
And Ron, you've been around this sport many, many years. You know that's the hardest part of the ring.
That is.
And Chamberlain dumps Gangrel back first there. And you have to imagine at this juncture, there's got to be some sort of damage done to that lower back of Gangrel.
Alex Chamberlain finds a weakness and exploits it. It's like he just painted a bullseye on that back. Now just boot after unceremonious boot. Gangrel got to be wondering what in the hell at this point. Alex Chamberlain just unloading all the chambers. No!
And the hard Irish whip to the far side buckle, and the momentum sends Gangrel popping right out to the middle of the ring. And a Uranagi plants him right in the center of the ring. Does Chamberlain, that might do it!
How much more?
Oh, wait a second.
Hold on a second.
Gangrel, he's got the Fujiwara armbar locked in. He's taking it back to the AJPW days, Ron.
Hey, I know I'm supposed to be impartial here. I literally started clapping when he slipped through there. My God, I was just going to say, how much more can the back of Gangrel take? And boom. Oh, my God. Just as quick as he went on the offense, Alex Chamberlain just throws a sick clothesline.
That vicious lariat, and Gangrel has to be thankful for that ring positioning, because if that was in the center of the ring, Chamberlain has won championships all over the country with that lariat. That easily could have done in the Vampire Warrior had he been placed in a different place, different spot.
You see just the whiplash of the head and neck of Gangrel taking that lariat that came from right field by Chamberlain.
And there's the Irish whip here to the far side. And the high elevation. And Chamberlain's going to dump Gangrel, once again going right back to that lower back. Another cover. And Ron, I don't necessarily think he was trying to win with that cover. I think he was trying to send a message to Gangrel.
And he's grinding that forearm into the neck and the throat area of Gangrel instead of covering him, hooking the leg. But now Chamberlain, what's he got in mind? Not too often you see the big man go to the high rent district.
We've seen him drop the bomb before, a la the Macho Man Randy Savage. But instead he's going for the diving headbutt. Chamberlain digging very deep into the playbook. And between the Fujiwara armbar from Gangrel, the diving headbutt from the top by Chamberlain, both of these men going all the way to the back of the playbook, trying to pull out something new to bring at their opponent.
Gangrel on his 9th live. Big bulldog. Chamberlain's in trouble.
Right out of the corner here, vintage Gangrel offense on display as the Vampire Warrior now could be looking to close the door on Chamberlain. The Irish whip, it's reversed by Chamberlain. Makes a mistake, puts his head down. Gangrel comes right back the other way. Sends Chamberlain here into the ropes, and there's a power slam. He's got him cradled 1, 2, and Chamberlain kicks out at 2.5.
I thought that was it. Never question That consistency of referee, the senior official, Randy Eller, always consistent.
Gangrel digging for that second win here. He wants to finish things off with that impaler. This crowd can see it coming. Gangrel trying to shut the door on Chamberlain. He's got him in position now. Chamberlain has it well scouted. Turns him inside out. Chamberlain, we know he likes the DDT as well. We're going right back the other way, and Gangrel nails it. There's the impaler. 1, 2, 3. That'll do it.
Ladies
Hold on!
and gentlemen,
What the hell's he doing? Damian Fenrir.
And just as I was trying to announce the winner being Gangrel, Damian Fenrir, like a bat out of hell, coming from the locker room, making the save for Chamberlain. Oh, wait a second. Oh! Gangrel puts his head down, and now Fenrir, he's going to send Gangrel for a ride. Oh! And the double arm trap, overhead release, belly-to-belly suplex.
Gangrel just,
And he's calling for the DDT here on Fenrir.
he just went through a war with Alex Chamberlain.
But Ron,
Hold on.
keep an eye on Chamberlain. He's got that chair!
Come on, Chamberlain.
And Chamberlain now, to the solar plexus. Come on now. This match is over. Gangrel has won the match, but Chamberlain
We need some help out here.
doing a thorough beatdown on Gangrel.
Referee Randy Eller doing everything he can, but what the hell's he
Come
supposed
on,
to do?
security officials, someone come out here and help him. We need some sort of aid for Gangrel here. It's a 2-on-1 attack by Chamberlain and Fenrir. The match is already over. Gangrel won 1, 2, 3. But here goes Big Country. He's got a chair. Unfortunately, Ron, he's a few seconds too late.
Look at these cowards scattering.
Damage appears to have been done already. Is Gangrel writhing in pain? He might have trouble breathing on that mat right now.
Big Country hitting the ring, and those two like cockroaches just skittering out of the ring. Ridiculous, disgusting.
The official decision is Gangrel gets the victory by pinfall. But the damage has been done by Damian Fenrir and Alex Chamberlain as Big Country and our senior official Randy Eller trying to come to the aid of Gangrel. And we might need some medical attention out here, Ron.
You know, we thought this was going to be the one that settles this score once and for all, and
It seems like it got escalated a bit.
Hey, Gangrel may have won the battle, but I get the feeling he has not won the war.
It certainly appears to be far, far from over between Chamberlain, Gangrel, and now you throw Damian Fenrir into the mix. Big Country in there as this thing's starting to mushroom here in the GWA. As Gangrel, hopefully, folks, we can give you a word on him before we go off the air here tonight at Resolution 3. As right now it looks like our GWA official doctor, Susan Nelson's going over there to help Gangrel, and hopefully
Very serious
he's going to be okay.
situation.
As folks coming up here, going to head to our very brief intermission, and then of course 3 big championships to close out Resolution 3. Certainly a great way to kick off 2021 here in the Asylum.
I'm excited. I think I need to actually rest just to pace myself because this second half, look out.
Ron, I don't mean to interrupt you here. I am getting word from the back, folks. Hold on, before we go to intermission. Hold on, I got an announcement coming in. Wow. Okay. As we know, folks, tonight's main event scheduled to be Lakai and Gahagas for the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship. That is still on, but I'm now getting word here from GWA officials. They are preventing Justin Michaels from entering the Asylum tonight. Justin Michaels not being allowed inside the Asylum. So when we thought the numbers game might favor the champion, it looks like we're going to see an even one-on-one match here tonight. I'm getting confirmation yet again. Lakai, Gahagas for the title. No Justin Michaels. He is barred from the GWA.
Wow. Huge news, Justin Michaels. Hey, let's be honest. This is the brains behind the killing machine.
And that's certainly throwing a huge wrench into the Tokyo Monster Gahagas' plans. From what I understand, Gahagas is already here. I don't even know if Gahagas is aware of Michaels being banned from the building. We're going to try to get some more information on this, folks. You never know what can happen. This is now an ever-evolving situation here at the GWA. And hopefully we can find out some more information on it very, very soon. We're going to take a quick intermission, but folks, when we come back, all 3 titles are on the line. We're just getting started here in 2021 inside the Asylum.
how do we like the first half of Resolution 3? We will try to bring you an update on Gangrel, as it appears as if he suffered some injuries there at the hands of Alex Chamberlain and Damian Fenrir. But despite that, I unfortunately didn't have a chance to make the announcement. But Gangrel, your official winner for that last matchup. At this time, we're going to take a brief 10-minute intermission. Feel free to use the restroom. Go check out the merchandise table. Your last opportunity to buy raffle tickets. We will draw the winner at the conclusion of intermission. 50-50 raffle, $1 a piece, 25 tickets for $20. You can go get them back at the merchandise table, and hopefully you can take home a nice prize, and the other half will, of course, go to the GWA Scholarship Fund. But folks, don't go too far. The GWA Women's Championship, the GWA Tag Team titles, and the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship on the line when we come back.
Everybody, we got 5 minutes till the raffle. 5 minutes left until we go ahead and raffle. So go ahead and get those raffle tickets. You got about 5 minutes left. And then we go ahead and continue on with the show.
All right, GWA, time to draw our raffle winner. GWA coach Jimmy Giannetti set to draw our lucky winner. Please do not hold him accountable if he does not draw your number. Got a lot of tickets here. We want to thank everybody for participating in today's 50-50 raffle. Remember, the other half goes to the GWA Scholarship Fund. And the winner of today's raffle will receive $110. So a pretty solid prize to go along with your entertainment this afternoon. Jimmy's gonna mix them around, reach in, and pull our lucky winner. Let's see who it is. Raffle ticket number 0451235. 0451235. You are our lucky raffle winner. Do we have someone to claim the prize? It looks like we've got a winner. All right. Congratulations.
Hello.
How much time we got? We got 3 more, right? 2 minutes. No, we have...
Terry is our lucky winner here. Let's confirm the ticket. 0451235. Give it up for Terry.
Test.
Yeah, at least that matters.
All right, Asylum. Are we ready for some more action? 3 matches left to go. All 3 for championships. We know our main event, Lakai and Gahagas for the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship. But who's ready right now for the very first time? A title defense by our brand new tag team champions, TC Reed and Steve Beck. Give them about a minute and let's tell the entire world who's coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, the following bout is set for 1 fall with a 20-minute time limit, and it is for the GWA Tag Team Championships. Introducing first the challengers at a total combined weight of 447 pounds. They are fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia, the team of Eric Darkstorm and the Hustler. To get bundles, they are Dark Clouds. Ladies and gentlemen, their opponents. They are fighting out of parts well known at a total combined weight of 350 pounds. They are the GWA Tag Team Champions, the team of TC Reed and Steve Beck. The roof ready to blow off the Asylum, Ron, for the very first time, introduced as GWA Tag Team Champions. TC Reed and Steve Beck have arrived here in 2021.
You want to talk about homegrown fan favorites? Listen to this crowd in the Asylum. Man, they love the champs.
No need to adjust your sets right there. That volume is exactly what we're feeling here inside the Asylum as Resolution 3 continues here. Once again, I'm Blake Chadwick alongside Ron Nemi. Ron, a wonderful way to kick off 2021 here. All 3 championships are on the line, and our first of 3 title matches set to go down right here.
Great, live, vocal, hot crowd here. Ready for some action, and they got nothing but championships in the last 3 matches. All the gold on the line. I know I'm excited. How about you, Blake?
This is going to be great. Of course, TC Reed and Steve Beck, longtime fan favorites here in the Asylum. And the dream became a reality back at our Toy Drive event in late December, where we saw them secure those tag team titles. Of course, a turn of events led to them being vacated, and TC Reed and Steve Beck capitalized on it. Now they head in here to the new year with a renewed sense of confidence.
You want to talk about facing some adversity in this tag team title defense. Look at the size of the Dark Clouds, and they got their game faces on. You want to talk about serious competitors. Again, opportunity. That's what you find here in the GWA, and it doesn't get any bigger than this.
Bell sounds, we're underway. GWA Tag Team titles on the line. Referee Jason Luna assigned to this contest. The Dark Clouds taking on TC Reed and Steve Beck. Ron, these guys come from the Northeast. I don't know a whole lot about them. I've heard about them before, haven't seen a lot of film, not a lot of tape out there on these guys, and that's got to play to their advantage.
Well, I think they're operating a lot of it on the element of surprise. Clearly both very physical individuals. I've heard that they can take it to the street just as well as take it to the mat, as we see with some fine chain wrestling on display. Nice side headlock. Back in.
A 117-pound weight advantage for the challengers in this one. And you see it on display right there with that shoulder tackle by Darkstorm. Off the ropes he goes, and TC Reed fundamentally sound with the drop toe hold and trying to work over the arm bar into a top wrist lock here of his own.
TC Reed, very, very gifted athlete. Great coach as well as a great wrestler. Has been really a tag team specialist his entire career.
In a tag team known as Tech for nearly a decade, competed all over the state of Florida, had some higher profile matchups, even competed on Impact Wrestling at one point in time. But TC Reed shifting gears a bit, becoming more of a coach here in the GWA, and a bond was formed with Steve Beck, and I'll tell you what, these two have been off to the races ever since. One of the most unlikely pairings we could have imagined, and it turned out to be the crowd favorites.
And you talk about the opportunities and the career highlights of TC Reed, but when you talk to him with that smile on his face and how proud he is of those GWA tag team titles, he'll tell you this is the highlight of his career.
As TC Reed, despite being around for quite some time, here we go, lateral press, 1-2. Here falls Darkstorm's able to slip that shoulder up. But TC Reed, despite being around for over a decade, still very young in the business, still has a lot left to go in that gas tank.
Feels he has so much to offer as, oh, big knee right to the back. That'll slow down Reed.
As Bundles throws that knee in there and a slight miscommunication between the challengers. O'Connor roll attempt, here we go. And TC Reed gets knocked off. And you see that closed fist, that right hand. I don't think Jason Luna saw it, but to get Bundles creating an opening here for the challengers in this one.
Well, obviously, they're not afraid to bend the rules a little bit if that's what it's going to take, using the full 5 count and those ropes to his advantage.
And it looks like a dark cloud is starting to set in here over the Asylum, as the tag team title reign of TC Reed and Steve Beck could very well be short-lived here.
2-on-1 maneuvers just destroying the back of TC Reed. My God.
And Reed, look at this. Turning him around there, twisting him all about, taking him down to Bundles here. Hooks the leg, only gets a near fall, but right now, the Dark Clouds dominating this tag team title matchup, the very first title defense for the brand new champions.
Dark Clouds really working as a well-oiled machine in there. One hell of a tag team. Obviously, the championship committee doing their job, or they would not have given them the shot at the tag team championship, but I'm a little surprised. I thought Reed and his partner come in here as they have to have the home court advantage.
And certainly nothing to lose here for the Dark Clouds. They come in, their first opportunity in the GWA. Either they win the tag team championships or they're able to make an impression here against TC Reed and Steve Beck. Pretty much a win-win for the challenge.
You can see Beck really getting frustrated on the outside. It's tough to watch your partner take that type of punishment, and you're half a ring away, just want to do everything you can to help. And listen to the Steve fans. They love Steve Beck. Cover. Not enough.
As Darkstorm only gets to this crowd chomping at the bit to see a bit of Steve Beck in this one. Long been known as the favorite inside the Asylum. That proverbial underdog, but now, as we've talked about all afternoon long, the targets are on their back. Here we go, inside cradle, 1, 2.
Referee was just a little out of position, but TC Reed's head may be a little out of position after that sick lariat.
And the
cover.
tag back in it to get Bundles. Here we go, lateral press, again a near fall. As Reed trying to fight back. And now Bundles mocking not only the tag team champions, but this crowd as well. Not the best way to make an impression here in the GWA.
Hey, listen. When your name is Bundles, you can do pretty much whatever the hell you want. He really insulting the fans, and TC Reed here mocking them as he's trying to get the fans behind Reed. They don't need his help. They love TC Reed.
Indeed. As Reed now trying to crawl to his feet or at least make an effort to get to Steve Beck.
But you see him put his hands on the official. Look out.
As TC now trying to fight off and get back to his corner here. And Bundles, a great job to isolate TC Reed with that leg lariat there. Just grapevining that leg. And there's the tag into Darkstorm. And I'll tell you what, Ron, these challengers, the Dark Clouds, really looking impressive here in their GWA debut.
Really taking a page on the Andersons' book of tag team wrestling, cutting that ring in half and just punishing their opponent. TC Reed, maybe out of desperation, able to get up that boot.
Reed creates a bit of separation there, and there's the tag. And it's time for a little Beck effect here inside the Asylum. Reaches for Bundles there. Steve Beck, a little overzealous in his first opportunity here in this contest. As Beck, he's going all the way upstairs. Steve Beck with the crossbody. He connects, 2. And he pops right up. Look at the kick out there by Bundles. But TC Reed is down, and Beck continues to roll the inside out with the neck breaker.
It's the Steve Beck show, just on fire, unable to take Bundles off his feet. Tries again.
A series of clotheslines here, Ron, trying to get him down. And the drop kick will eventually do it. As Darkstorm in there with Beck, I do believe these are the 2 legal men. The low bridge, Darkstorm all the way to the floor. As Bundles is in there with Steve Beck. Oh, Beck catches him with the back of the elbow. As Beck here looks to try to get some momentum. Oh, and Darkstorm picks that leg and trips him right up. And the Dark Clouds once again back on the attack.
Doing everything they can to stay in this match. Not only stay in the match, but to win the tag team championship. Dark Clouds again bending the rules. The referee really has been giving them a little bit of leeway, which I am not going to fault because I want to see a fight. The fans here, they want to see clear, decisive winners.
Jason Luna doing his best to try to keep things in check here, but come on now.
All right.
As TC Reed gets goaded into the ring, Eric Darkstorm doing a number on Steve Beck in the corner. Come on, referee, turn around.
TC Reed knows better than that, Blake. He took the bait. He fell right into the trap.
As Steve Beck in a very precarious position here, Ron, in the corner, 1-on-2 against the challengers.
Very dangerous position for Beck to be in, and now you see Bundles just putting all of that weight onto the back of the neck of Steve Beck. Finally driven to the canvas. Referee checking in close. Still not giving up. You know as well as I do, Blake, Steve Beck does not know the word quit.
As Bundles now with that front chancery trying to suck the life out of Steve Beck. And look at him here once again continuing to try to throw some momentum. And he's got a check here to his referee Jason Luna. He might almost have a chokehold applied.
Yeah, he may
Gotta make sure those hands don't lock.
Might have slipped right underneath that chin. I didn't even notice. That's why I got you with your MMA background here next to me. I'm always learning something with you. I love it.
The perfect tag team here. Oh, and Bundles. And then the slingshot senton shades of Eddie Guerrero right there by Eric Darkstorm. Here we go. Lateral press hooks the leg. And that double team almost cost the champs their titles in their first defense.
What was that by Bundles to set up that insane sequence? It's almost like a running Nestea plunge of sorts. Impressive.
Very innovative offense here by Bundles. As Steve Beck here trying his damnedest to fight back. And there's the tag. And Bundles coming back in. There's the slingshot. Oh, and he connects with that slingshot shoulder tackle too. He might have new tag team champions.
God, it doesn't get any closer than that, Blake. Steve Beck, he has got to do whatever it takes to get over to the corner and make that tag to TC Reed. That's not going to happen yet.
And Bundles now makes the tag back into his partner. And once again, if you're scoring this one at home on points, very well could be that proverbial split decision.
It really is. I mean, the momentum is clearly... Oh!
Here we go, the pop-up forearm.
Holy!
And then the big kick into the German, two, holds the bridge. And TC Reed not just saved the matchup, but he saved the tag team titles.
Wow! Blown away. The Dark Clouds basically emptying their clip. Thought they had the championship victory within their grasp. I thought they did.
And Ron, after that series of offense, what else is left for them to throw at the tag team champions? Well, here we go inside cradle. Bundles, two, and TC Reed breaking it up there.
By the skin of his teeth. Absolutely no time to spare, but Reed's still there for the save. Listen to the inmates of the asylum getting behind the champs.
And they always seem to rally behind Steve Beck, and that has rubbed off on TC Reed now, as this crowd wants to see the fresh man in this matchup. And TC gets the tag. And here we go now. TC Reed, Eric Darkstorm, there's a series of clotheslines. TC Reed firing up here on the challengers. Sends Darkstorm into Bundles. And Reed, there's a standing switch. Oh, and Bundles goes for the clothesline. Reed ducks. He takes out Darkstorm to his Bundles. Now TC Reed in a position with the Bulldog, sending Bundles on his own partner. 2, 3, and that'll do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the bout, and still GWA Tag Team Champions, the team of Steve Beck and TC Reed.
How's that for a first championship of 3 here today at the Asylum? What an incredible tag team championship match.
Unbelievable turn of events, Ron. Just as it looked like Bundles and Darkstorm were set to win the tag team titles in their debut, they pushed Beck and Reed to the limit. But the underdogs overcome once again, and they are still the GWA Tag Team Champions. Your first tag team title defense in the books for Beck and Reed.
The champions proving they are not paper champions, and they are willing to put the tag team titles on the line against all comers. And tonight, what a win, hard-fought win.
Indeed, our first title match in the books of the night. The tag team titles on the line, and a successful defense for TC Reed and Steve Beck. But Ron, we still have 2 more championship matchups set to go down, including coming up next for the first time in a handful of months. Anna Diaz returns. She's a 3-time GWA Women's Champion, and she might have her toughest task to date in the form of Kylan King.
Kylan King is just on fire. throughout the world of women's professional wrestling. They love her in AEW, but she calls the GWA home. But tonight, Anna Diaz, is there anybody right now on a hotter streak in the GWA than Anna?
She's dominated the GWA women's division ever since its inception with 3 title reigns. That's the most out of anybody. And of course, you mentioned Kylin King. Setting fire all over the world, in the best shape of her career, has more confidence than she's ever had. But there seems to be one thing missing, Ron, and that's championship gold around her waist.
And she says after today, that will not be the case. She plans on going home with that championship gold. And again, I'd like to say I'm not a betting man, but I'd be lying. My money today, you know what? I love you, Anna, but I think today, Kylin King.
The most successful and decorated woman in the history of the GWA against maybe the hottest women's wrestler in the Southeast. Ron, something has got to give, and that is coming up next.
All right, GWA, what about the first title defense for Steve Beck and T.C. Reed? The underdogs are able to overcome once again as they retain the tag team championships, but it looks like this tag team title division starting to heat up a bit here at Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum. Have to imagine in 2021, we're gonna see a lot of unique matchups in that division. So we've seen 4 great matches so far, but I was telling you all afternoon long, all 3 titles are on the line. You saw one on the pre-show, but how about for the first time here at Resolution 3, it's time for some women's action! The GWA Women's Championship set to go down, and it is coming up next. Ladies and gentlemen, the following bout is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit, and it is for the GWA Women's Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. She is fighting out of Painesville, Ohio. She is the king, Kylin King. And ladies and gentlemen, her opponent. She is coming straight from the asylum. She is the GWA Women's Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Anna Diaz.
It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify. If someone's head off, no human contact. And if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet is to stay away, mother. It's just one of those days.
The champ is here, Blake.
The champ is indeed here. And we have to see, Ron, will there be any rust on display? Because this is a situation where we can ill afford to see any slip-ups, any kind of spots where it might not work out, as Anna Diaz here for the first time in a handful of months defending her championship. And we talked about Kylin King. I don't know who's hotter in the Southeast.
Let's tell you right now, you're looking at the champion. It'd be hard to argue who's been on a hotter streak, but today, as you mentioned, no time for mistakes whatsoever. She gives Kylin King any opportunity, any window. She's going to climb in and she's going to do everything she can to do as promised. Leave with that GWA Ladies Championship.
All right, bell sounds. We're underway here. GWA Women's Championship on the line. Kylan King taking on Anna Diaz. And Ron, while you were on vacation during the toy drive, Kylan King went one-on-one with Ruthie J, one of the newer superstars here at Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum. Back and forth matchup, but the queen of crazy was able to prevail.
And the VIP fans here earlier today got the opportunity of a bonus match with Ruthie J. And we saw, well, you want to talk about an athlete and a positive attitude? It's just infectious being around her. One of the up-and-comers, graduate of the GWA.
Picked up a huge win over Layla Gray. As you can expect more from both of them here in the GWA moving forward.
They look, act, and carry themselves like stars. Well ahead of their time. Now they just got to keep listening to the coaches, get as many reps as they can in that ring, and the sky's the limit.
And you have to imagine each and every woman on this roster glued to their cell phone, their computer, the monitors in the back, whatever it might be, catching a feed here of the GWA, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube. And remember, if you're watching live, tell all your friends and family. We've got the GWA Women's title on the line. And, of course, Lakai, another opportunity at Cahagas for the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship in our main event. All still left to come here at Resolution 3.
Such technically gifted athletes, both King and Diaz. A little bit of a, well, you can do, I can do better type deal going on here. A little one-upsmanship, if you will.
Diaz, I do believe, has a bit of an experience advantage over King. King, of course, has the size. I don't know if she has the strength advantage, as Anna Diaz is a warrior inside the gym. Follow her on social media. She's in there clanging and banging with the Vampire Warrior, so you know she can bring the weights.
She really is a hell of a power lifter. Oh, beautiful hip toss up and over goes the champ. King stalking her prey. Beautiful arm drag cover.
Goes for that cover, and again, Ron does not hook the leg. That seems to be a theme all afternoon long.
And Diaz in fantastic shape herself, but again, really focuses as a power lifter. So while she's giving up the strength and the reach advantage, she definitely, the height and the reach advantage, she has the strength advantage in spades.
Another little nugget there to throw in. Of course, Anna Diaz primarily trained by Gangrel. Kylan King, of course, spends a lot of time here in the asylum, but her initial training coming from a buddy of Gangrel, a former star here in the GWA, Billy Gunn.
Again, it's just such contrast in style. You can see with the way they compete in the ring, but both taking the best that they can, learning everything they can, any nugget of knowledge offered by their trainers, they're always there. They put in more time than your average athlete, your average student. They are there first in, last out. That's the way it is when you're dealing with talents like these.
As Kylan King here trying to suck the life out of Anna Diaz with this waist lock. And Diaz, who probably weighs a little bit more than King, it's probably a smart move by the challenger.
I can't blame, anything she can do. Oh!
Runs her into the ropes there, and Diaz is able to hold on as King goes to the outside, but she picks the leg, is now going to pull the champion out there with her as tension's starting to mount a bit here, Ron.
Yeah, Kylan King deciding to take it to the streets, proving she can brawl just as well as she can chain or mat wrestle. Look at a beautiful right. Referee Randy Eller, kind of par for the course here today, give him a little bit of leeway, and the fans here in South Florida, they do love a fight.
Wants to see it play out inside the ring and not on the outside. As Anna Diaz just drops her like a bad habit.
Hey, turnabout is fair play.
But there's no standing 10 count here. We're on the outside of the ring as they need to get back on the inside. And Kylan King, look at the craftiness there.
It worked for her last time, once again trying to sweep the boots out from underneath Diaz.
Anna Diaz has the advantage. Kylan King goes to the outside, slows things down a bit, resets, and takes Anna Diaz's advantage away from her.
A little bit of psychological warfare, too. Diaz, lovable, but a little bit of a hothead, let's be honest. Kylan King trying to take advantage of that and trying to sucker her into a fight. Kylan King goes behind, big forearm right across the back. Now a boot to the midsection.
And you can see that aggressiveness start to come out here. Understanding that GWA Women's Championship hanging in the balance. Off the rope she goes. Shining Wizard. That could do it, Ron. We might have a new champion. She pulls her to the center of the ring, hooks that outside leg too. And Anna is able to kick out.
Deep hook of that leg by Kylan King, though. Recognize this could be it. Tried to seize the opportunity. And
As
she's
Anna
not-
Diaz here, Ron, I alluded to potential rust. I don't know if we're seeing rust here or the fact that Kylan King has just so much momentum behind her.
Anna Diaz.
One, and Diaz slips that right shoulder up at one.
Really, Anna Diaz has looked great in this match. Just at this point, Kylan King looking just a little greater. And really, she's fighting not only Anna Diaz, but every single one of these fans here emotionally are behind. They are in the corner of Anna Diaz.
Indeed they are, as King now, she's got Diaz, oh! And the slingshot, throat first, right across that bottom rope there, Ron. We know that's cable just encased in rubber.
Dangerous move by Kylan King, and these fans more than invested in Anna Diaz, and while they respect and love her in the ring, they know that this young lady almost single-handedly organized and ran a huge benefit for epilepsy that, was just a massive success. We're so proud of her. Again, the fans, they love her for everything that she is.
And folks, right now our camera's trying to get right on top of the action on the outside of the ring. Anna Diaz, Kylan King going at it here, as these two have a lot of mutual respect for one another, but you can start to see the friendship fraying at the seams.
Well, when you have a prize as important as this championship gold hanging in the shadows, friendships go out the window. That's just the way it is. That competitive nature, that mean streak comes out. I don't care who you are.
Indeed, these two competitors here giving it their all inside the ring, as King, once again, that aggressive attitude coming to the forefront here, Ron.
Referee Randy Eller giving her that 5 count, and she took advantage of about half of it. Eller checking on the champion, Anna Diaz. Big look of concern on his face. If Randy Eller is concerned, you know it's serious.
As our senior official checking in, making sure Anna Diaz still able to give it a go. As I think we felt that knife edge chop here at the broadcast table.
Oh, maybe about 8 feet away. Oh!
As King creates the separation that comes right back here to the far side corner and pops her with that European uppercut. Anna Diaz here, there's a roll up. She's got her stacked up. And Kylan King's able to kick out at 2.
You could see the patience of Kylan King waiting for Diaz. Cover, hook of the leg,
Another.
2. But Kylan King was just waiting for Diaz to turn right into that big boot right to the midsection, and Kylan King takes over. But here come those fans again for Anna Diaz.
As Diaz doing her damnedest to stay in this matchup here. She might feel that GWA Women's Championship slipping out of her grasp.
That's not the way that your arms are supposed to bend, Blake.
Certainly not. Causing a lot of strain and tension on that rotator cuff and AC joint of Anna Diaz. Is the challenger Kylan King. Oh, and Anna Diaz, a little bit of a matrix maneuver right there to evade the clothesline. And the 3-time GWA Women's Champion starting to rock and roll here.
The educated feet of Anna Diaz on display, and the champion
Catches her with a kick right to the side of the head. Anna Diaz now, out of the corner she goes, turns her around, reverse neck breaker, plants her right in the center of the ring. Here we go, hooks that outside leg, 1, 2, and King kicks out.
Anna Diaz shocked. Thought for sure she had a successful title defense under her belt. But Kylan King still fighting, still scratching, still clawing. Using those ropes to pull herself up where she's met by forearm after forearm.
And Ron, we talked about the aggressiveness of Kylan King. Anna Diaz starting to display some of her own. She feels this match hanging in the balance. There's a spine buster, plants her in the center of the ring, stacks her up 2. And Diaz is able to kick out yet again. What a match between two of the top women in the entire state of Florida.
You got to give it up to both of them, digging deep. I thought for sure we were looking at a new women's champion. But Anna Diaz kicking out.
As King, that side kick stuns her. Here we go, Kylan King. Anna Diaz, the standing switch here. She's got her. Northern Light suplex on its way. Oh, she's got her. Anna Diaz floats over. 1, 2, and Kylan King is able to kick out. If Anna Diaz was able to hold the bridge on that Northern Light suplex, Ron, this match would probably be over.
She had it cinched in, but Kylan King somehow able to kick out. And what a war for the women's championship.
And Diaz here might be looking to make King eat defeat. Kylan King, here we go, dumps her belly to back suplex, holds the bridge, 2, 3, and that'll do it. Ron, let me go get the official decision here.
God. Hold on a sec. What's he? Randy Eller saying both shoulders were down of both competitors.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Randy Eller has said that both Kylan King and Anna Diaz's shoulders were down. Therefore, this bout is a no contest.
What? Both competitors' shoulders pinned.
Ron, we're a bit confused here. It appears as if both shoulders were down. Kylan King hit the belly to back suplex, held the bridge, but I don't think she realized her shoulders were down.
I'm in shock, but look at
Wait a second, though.
The sportsmanship.
Wait, you allude to the sportsmanship. They are shaking hands. I don't know how gentlemanly-like or womanly-like that handshake would be here, and this lady-like that would be in this situation. But, Ron, taking a look here, Kylan King's face, she looks pretty pissed off that she's not the brand-new champion.
I'd be pissed, too. But Anna Diaz, I think, just as upset because she wanted that clear-cut victory.
As Anna Diaz is still the GWA Women's Champion, but clearly the saga between Anna Diaz and Kylan King, we now have a few more questions than we did before this match began.
How does Kylan King not retain the #1 contendership and get the very next shot at the championship?
You would have to think these two are once again on a collision course, possibly as early as February 20th, when we're right back here in the Asylum at Saturday night, 7 p.m. bell time, our special edgier, more adult-like show. And of course, that's right up your alley, Ron.
Yeah,
right,
I like the sound of that.
I'll say you had the IPW shirt on earlier, right back in the IPW days. And of course, on Sundays, February 21st, 4 p.m. bell time, right back here for a student showcase. You can see all the great young up-and-comers here in the Asylum featured inside that squared circle.
So much talent. Every time I come here, what's really cool is not just seeing the new talent each time, but seeing the progression. We've seen some from their very first match, debuting in a battle royal maybe, now working their way up the card, and all of them really impressing.
And speaking of one of those people, one of the chief ones we've seen is Lakai. He started out just as a regular student and quickly ascended up the ladder, winning the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship back in June of 2019. Held that championship for about a year, dropped it to Cahagas back in June. Those two have still been at each other's throats ever since. Something has got to give tonight. Will it be another successful defense for the Tokyo Monster, or will Lakai become a two-time champion?
In Tokyo Monster tonight, going it alone. No Justin Michaels banned from the building. That will play in to factoring this big match tonight.
Once again, breaking news, no Justin Michaels tonight. But folks, it's all come down to this. No more waiting around. The GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship coming up next.
All right, Asylum. Have you guys enjoyed yourselves so far this afternoon? I believe Resolution 3 has been a great success and a wonderful way to kick off 2021 here for the GWA. Moving forward after that last bout, do we think Kylan King should get another shot at the GWA Women's Championship? Do we want to see Kylan King and Anna Diaz hook it up one more time here inside the Asylum? Well, your wish might come true. We'll have to find out from the GWA Matchmaking Committee, but February 20th, 7 p.m. bell time, Saturday night, to me, sounds like a very good opportunity for that. We'll hopefully find out some more info before February 20th. Remember, Saturday night show, a little bit edgier, more that attitude era, if you will. So make sure to come on out and have some fun Saturday night, February 20th at 7 p.m. And then the following day, February 21st, a great GWA student showcase right back here with a 4 p.m. bell time to see all of the students of the Asylum and their great progression inside the ring. And before you know it, you'll be watching them on TV each and every week. Speaking of students of the Asylum, former champion Lakai wants his title. Lakai wants his GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship. And he wants it coming up next. Are we ready for the main event? It's the first event of the year, so I'll give you a little bit of a pass. Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum. Are we ready for the main event? Ladies and gentlemen, the following bout is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit and is your GWA Resolution 3 main event of the evening, and it is for the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship. When the bell rings, the man in charge, GWA Senior Official, Randy Eller. Introducing first, the challenger. He is fighting out of Leogan, Haiti, weighing in at 244 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lakai. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, fighting out of Japan, weighing in at 227 pounds. He is the first ever NWA Triple Crown Champion, former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. He is the current reigning and defending GWA Florida Heavyweight Champion, the International Crisis, the Tokyo Monster, Haggis.
All right, Ron, it has all come down to this. I was set to do our official championship introductions, and I was instructed by senior official Randy Eller, you don't want to be inside this ring when both of these men are in it. Get out of here as quickly as you can, because these are going to be two bulls ready to lock horns.
He really did you a favor by basically smarting you up to the situation that you were in, and you could see totally different demeanor on Lakai when he came into the ring tonight. This is just always intense, but really a different level tonight. And always intense, the Tokyo Monster.
And again, Ron, no Justin Michaels. Tokyo Monster doesn't normally show his cards. How do you think inside that head his game plan is going to go?
I think mentally it's a big advantage for Lakai because, again, Justin Michaels really not one of my favorite people, but I respect his abilities as far as directing.
He can get the job done.
He really does. He gets the job done. The guy manages champions. His camp, wherever he goes, when he shows up, the gold tends to migrate to Justin Michaels.
And Ron, remember, despite Justin Michaels not being here, this match still no disqualifications. So the Tokyo Monster, in a way, might have a bit of an advantage there. He's known to brawl. You go back to July of 2019 inside the casino at Dania Beach, nearly 700 strong. Cahagas brawling all over the casino with Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner.
Not afraid whatsoever to go toe-to-toe with some of the most dangerous individuals in the world of professional wrestling because he considers himself, and I consider him, one of the most dangerous wrestlers in the world today, the Tokyo Monster. Cahagas, been doing it for so long. Hasn't really changed a lot, but if it's not broke, don't fix it.
And as I was saying, his accolades in the pre-match there, the first ever NWA Triple Crown champion and a former holder of the 10 pounds of gold.
Tokyo Monster Kahagas has done it all. Here he goes, attacking Lakai immediately, sending him through the ropes and to the floor, using that championship belt as a weapon.
And we're on the outside here. Kahagas taking it right to Lakai. And I'll tell you what, Ron, no Justin Michaels, no problem in the opening minute here, as the Tokyo Monster looks like he has a big old chip on his shoulder.
Trying to make quick work of Lakai. Beautiful Japanese knife edge chop across the chest, followed up by a vicious elbow right to the cranium. Lakai and a punch sends him to the floor. Now he's tearing at his face.
Take a look there at home. Lakai's face just being ripped apart. And Lakai, you've seen on social media all throughout the GWA pages over the last handful of weeks, Lakai has been trying to send messages to Kahagas, get inside his mind. Kahagas here coming back with a little bit of his own.
He may have got in the head of Kahagas, but it might not have gotten him the result he was looking for. But don't count on Lakai firing away before going to that great equalizer, the rake of the eyes.
As these two getting it done on the outside of the ring again. No disqualifications in this matchup as Randy Eller checking in. But despite the fact that there's no DQ, the title cannot be won on the outside for Lakai.
Lakai knows to get that belt that he loves and so dearly misses back around his waist. He's got to get it.
Okay, Kahagas,
chair shot.
Right to the back of Lakai. This is outside in front of us here, Ron. We might need to head for the hills shortly.
Yeah, not feeling so safe with anytime Kahagas is even in the building, but only a few short feet away from us. Thankfully throwing Lakai back into the ring.
The Tokyo Monster here having his way with Lakai. There's a flying knee. And Kahagas looks very focused here, Ron. He might want to end this thing quickly.
Expert marksmanship with the boot to the top of the skull. Then cover for two, and now with that beautiful reverse chin lock.
Ron, if you go back to June when Lakai dropped the championship to the Tokyo Monster Kahagas picked up Lakai, stuffed him right in the center of the ring, spiked him right down, and that was enough for the victory. And now here, the proverbial hockey move, pulling the jersey over his head and making Lakai feel a little bit inferior right now to the heavyweight champion.
The champ is just that for a reason. Very dangerous man, always going to exploit your weaknesses. And if he can make you look like a fool in the process and throw you off mentally, he's going to do it. But look at the torque, using every inch of his body. And he's got Lakai in real trouble at this point.
And Randy Eller's going to need to check in here. Lakai might not be able to continue on his own. This might be a referee stoppage. Hand goes up once. The hand goes down twice there, Ron. It looks lifeless.
Kahagas
I don't know
off.
if he can continue.
Oh!
As Lakai, he's hanging on here. He's digging deep. And look at him, right into a seated position. Lakai's got him by about 20 pounds.
Trying to get to his feet, and he succeeds. Backs up Kahagas.
Lakai's raw strength is going to be the difference here. As Kahagas jumps on his back. Try to take him down here like he's chopping a tree.
Throws him up and over.
And Lakai takes him down. Might have been out of desperation there, Ron.
Desperate times calls for desperate measures. Beautiful underhook suplex. Lakai got Kahagas down. Got to cover him.
Just tosses him around here, one. And a near fall for Lakai. As Kahagas once again taking back the advantage here. And if you're scoring this one at home, it's pretty much a unanimous decision right now for the champ.
Kahagas really trying to separate that shoulder from its socket, using the ropes to his advantage. Look at the point of that elbow right to the neck, right to the throat.
Measures him up there, takes a step back, and then just drives the boot right into the side. Oh, wait a minute here, Ron. He's got the shovel, adding insult to injury.
So I never advocate bringing what basically equates to weapons at ringside, because look how it's turning around and blew up right in the face of Lakai, now hit
And if you're watching this one at home and wondering how Cahagas is getting away with utilizing Lakai's shovel against him, this is no disqualifications. There must be a winner here for the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship.
Big fight. You mentioned earlier tonight, big fight feel here at the Asylum. Everybody on the edge of their seat. They paid for the whole seat, but they've only needed the edge here today. Oh my God!
And I felt like I was in Philly in 95 with that one, Ron.
Marksmanship, just pinpoint accuracy, launching that chair right into the skull.
As Cahagas just driving Lakai face first into that chair. He might do some damage there to his esophagus.
Cahagas, a man possessed.
As Randy Eller here and some of our GWA officials trying to maintain a semblance of order as this one's starting to lose control a bit.
Got fans running for their lives at this point. Cahagas rearranging the furniture.
As Cahagas now looks like he's trying to tell the GWA officials to get out of his way. Cahagas looks like a man possessed here, Ron. And was that a bottle of something right to the face?
He's using everything he can get his hands on. If you're a fan in any of those chairs, I suggest relocating immediately. Look at Cahagas destroying the Asylum.
And we have our own chair incident here in the GWA. Folks, we're going to do our best to call this thing and get some cameras over there.
A one-man chair incident in South Florida.
As the Tokyo Monster has gone ballistic. As this crowd watching on in awe.
This is what they want to see. These are people that grew up on the likes of Dusty Rhodes, Kevin Sullivan, Abdullah the Butcher. They love their violence in South Florida. Well, they're getting it today.
And that includes the Vampire Warrior, who hopefully is watching somewhere. We hopefully can get you an update on his condition sometime in the next few minutes. As Gangrel, of course, was taken out of here after being attacked by Alex Chamberlain and Damian Fenrir following his win over Chamberlain in the first portion of the show. As Cahagas there, oh, the Irish whip. He sends Lakai right to the wall. That's concrete, Ron.
That wall is not moving. It's not giving. And he punches the chair right at the head of Lakai. What is this man trying to accomplish?
As Lakai, forgetting winning the championship tonight, I hope his career can continue.
Oh, my God, I see a baby stroll over there. For God's sake, tell me that thing's empty. Cahagas, get out of there.
We're right next to the bathroom as well. As Lakai trying to fight back here, Ron. This has to be pure adrenaline. I don't know how Lakai has anything left after the beating he's taken from Cahagas. He's got the chair. Oh,
hey, I absolutely love what we're seeing here today.
This is pure chaos here.
This is what it's all about. This is how important that championship is to both of these men.
Cooked up right in the Asylum. Cahagas now back in the ring, off the ropes. Lakai ducks. Here we go. And the big chop. He sends Cahagas right down. The Tokyo Monster turns around. Lakai's got him up here. Overhead release with the fall away slam. And Lakai now. The shirt's coming off.
This is his chance. This is his time. Lakai has got to do everything right now to end this match, to walk out of here as the champ.
And Cahagas puts the boot up. He creates a bit of separation now. He's going back to that near side corner here. Oh no, the vintage chops could be on their way, Ron.
Lakai has got to get out of that corner. Headbutt, chop, another rapid fire in succession. The Tokyo Monster, Cahagas, is absolutely lighting up the former champ.
Unleashing on Lakai as Cahagas looks to have his opponent where he wants him. Cahagas ready to walk out of the Asylum, still the heavyweight champion. And now he's coming back outside the ring here. Wait, what's he doing over here?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, he's grabbing the championship, Ron. He's grabbed the GWA Florida Heavyweight Championship. That's perfectly legal here. No disqualifications.
Nothing referee Randy Eller can do. He's trying to discourage him.
Oh,
swing and a miss.
Lakai moves. Here we go. Rolls him up. 1, 2. And we got a champion.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and Florida Heavyweight Champion,
Sorry about that, Blake. I got a little excited.
What a moment for Lakai, overcoming 7 months of climbing back up the ladder, fighting off the Tokyo Monster, fighting off Justin Michaels, fighting off the entire roster. Justin Michaels banned from the building. Cahagis's game plan went out the window. Lakai fought from underneath the entire bout, Ron, but he was able to overcome a miscalculation by Cahagis with the championship title. And 3 seconds later, Lakai is a 2-time GWA Florida Heavyweight Champion. What a moment for Lakai inside the Asylum.
Lakai so happy. Every one of the fans here in the Asylum on their feet exploded. Hell, we were on our feet. What a great, I'm so happy I was here for this.
I know each and every one of you fans watching at home and around the world leapt off of your couch wherever you're watching after that victory. Ron and I exploded. What a moment here inside the Asylum. Ron, you called it earlier today. It looked bleak for about 10-15 minutes, and then Lakai was able to overcome, came to fruition, and secured his second reign as GWA Florida Heavyweight Champion.
You know, Blake, I've been doing this literally for 30 years now. I broke it in 1991. It's moments like these that I keep doing it, and it will never stop. As long as that phone keeps ringing and talent like Lakai are competing, I'll be there.
An absolutely incredible moment. I'm going to say goodbye to the fans here inside the Asylum, but don't you go anywhere, folks. We're going to sign off here in just a second on GWA Florida's YouTube and Facebook page.
All right, GWA, what about that win for Lakai? Now a 2-time GWA Florida Heavyweight Champion. What a moment for Lakai, finally overcoming Cahagis here to kickstart 2021. We hope each and every one of you enjoy yourselves here tonight at Resolution 3, a great way to kick off the new year here inside the Asylum. And we're all observing CDC guidelines, but I'll tell you what, it feels great to see a packed house here inside the GWA.
Sure does. Awesome.
And we will continue to bring you more and more action each and every month, not once, but twice. Remember, starting Saturday night, February 20th, 7 p.m., right here for a more adult-themed show. And then the following day, 4 p.m., February 21st, student showcase right back here inside the Asylum. GWAFlorida.com, GWA Florida on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter for all of your updates on social media. From here, all of us inside the Asylum. For Office Craig, for the Vampire Warrior Gangrel, for Ron Nemi, I'm Blake Chadwick. Thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll see you in February inside the Asylum.